No worries, no worries. Hello, how are you? My name is Bisi Akins and I'm here with AMAKA. And firstly, I would literally just want to say thank you guys for your time and thank you for being here. How are you guys feeling?
Good. Excited.
Chilled. Chilled. I'm sure this has been like your 500th interview, so it's by courtesy you have to say I'm good and chill. But are you fine for real?
No, we're good.
All right. So I watched Gangs of Lagos last night.
You did?
I don't think I can articulate how I was just like, raw, this is so sick. Yeah. From the production to the score to the fight scenes. Yeah. I wanted to be a badass. Like, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know how, wait, firstly, how long did it take for you to train to kind of get in the scenes?
It was short, though.
It was, so conversations had started before, but the intense training for about 3 weeks before the shoot.
Yeah. Wait, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Just 3?
Yeah.
And you can kick that high?
I mean, we don't have Hollywood budget.
We don't have Hollywood budget yet.
That height.
We don't have Hollywood budget yet that we can be training for months.
This girl, like they were just in a TikTok where they said jump, and she literally almost hit the sky. She's something else.
I like dangerous things. I like danger.
Honestly,
I love
commendable. It was so
much.
awesome to see. And AMAKA and I just want to say thank you so much for being part of such a brilliant piece of art. What was it like for each of you to be part of it?
It was amazing for
Why
me.
do you always
It was amazing. I had always wanted to work with Jade, and the opportunity came, and I grabbed it. Like I didn't even give her the chance to have a rethink. I think negotiations started after her set filming or something like that. I can't remember, or when she had started filming. Like joined when filming had started, you know. And it was like, I don't even want to hear any money, anything. Let me just enter. So let me just choose one scene, and that's a head. What did you say?
The money was?
So that was how excited I was, to be on this project.
I'm a huge fan of excellent people, so I'm a huge fan of Jade. And whenever Jade calls me for anything, I only have one question: is when. So I write for her any day.
She does. She's one of the EPs of the film, by the way. She's credited at the beginning.
So I was very, very excited to be part of something that I genuinely believed would be special. And it is special.
It is special. And Jade, did you always think it was going to be so special the way that it's been received by everybody?
I mean, you hope, you dream, but you never know. Up until the day before, like all the press things we've been doing, even now, like I'm still finger crossing because I don't know. Like it's like, oh, whenever I don't know.
Top 10 in over 35 countries.
Good. Anyways, yeah. So I mean, you create, you hope, you pray, you think maybe, but yeah, we're overwhelmed essentially. Yeah.
I think it's brilliant. And I think one thing I noticed is that throughout the entire film, there was a consistent theme of the importance of a woman, the role she plays in the community, just the substance of who she is, from Gift being the glue between Oba and Ife, from you being it's like you were a sense of, can I say, refuge and home amongst all the chaos. Why was that important for the power of women to be depicted in that way?
I think because it's true to life. Like in low-income communities across Nigeria, even higher, but more particularly in low-income, it's women who hold the family together, the communities together. They say that when men make money, typically they spend it on themselves or having fun. But when women make money, they send their kids to school. Like women are selling boli, which is roasted plantain in the streets, and they're sending their kids off to uni from that. Like it's crazy. And so it's true to life. It's how Nigerian women, African women, mind-blowing strength. So it was very important to show that in the film, to show also all the facets of women. So Gift is, she's sexy, she's playful, she's badass, she's all of these things. She's not one thing in particular. She's nurturing, but she also go to bat for her child. Like she's going to go to war, and that's very important as well.
Yeah, I think it was really lovely to see it because generically or typically we would say the genre of action is quite masculine. So to see women take a lead in that way, it was really beautiful to see. And then I also wanted to know, like, why was it important to show action in that way from the point of view of African women?
I mean, so I think that, first of all, as a female director myself, a lot of my work is female-led. It's okay. It was my first film. It was rom-com, female-led. Sugar Rush, again, female-led. So a lot of my work, in fact, the only reason men exist in this world is because it's true to life, they would exist in the world.
No shade, team.
No offense, guys.
No offense.
No offense, it's all right.
But yeah, so I think it's very important for women to have like a true story that weaves into the story. It's not as though they're just an addendum to the story. No matter how small the roles are for the women or the mothers, like it's all of this. They're memorable. They're strong. They're not one thing. Yeah.
And Chioma, there was a brilliant scene that shook me to the core. It shook me to my core, and it was the scene at the pulpit.
Yeah.
And the raw emotion that I don't even know how you were able to conjure up. Like, I was sitting there on the edge of my seat like, wow, what was it like to prepare for such a scene? Like, what part of you did you have to tap into to kind of bring that out?
Asking, sorry. Okay, I had read the script over and over, back to front to back, back to front, middle to, just read it, connected with all the actors and everything, and that's how I knew that particular scene is a make or break scene. And so I had prayed to God to help his daughter, please, so that I don't make a mess of that scene, because that's a very crucial scene to the story. That morning I got to set, I think 2 hours earlier than my call time. I sat in the car. I told my driver and my brother to give me the car. I prayed, I cried, I said, God, please. Because at that moment, I wasn't really feeling what I ought to have felt to release that scene. So I was like, okay, whatever it is, God, I've prayed. So now your hand it is. I got to the pulpit, we're ready to roll, and I don't see any other person around. Because acting is give and take. If you're not feeding off someone for something, for a scene as emotional as that, it's very difficult and a very painful place to go to. So, and Jade says, look, I have to film. Everyone is not ready. By the time I get everyone ready, we'll lose daylight and all of that. I said, I'm not going to film this scene if I don't get anybody to help me, And it was when she spoke, the producer spoke, and I'm a producer as well. So I had to wear my producer hat. I said, God, I know the amount of pain, money, and just sweat that will go if this scene is not shot. So I said, okay, I will do it. And I performed to an empty hall for that scene. So I had to dig deep. I scratched, I couldn't get it. I was scratching, and she was like, let me know when you're ready. You remember? She said, Chuma, let me know when you're ready. And, and grateful to God, I found a place, I scratched it, and the door was open, and I let go. And I'm grateful to God that the scene turned out the way it did.
Funny enough, you see, I like that we can tell. So I remember it differently, actually.
Okay.
I remember it as us wanting you to perform. So I wanted you to perform to an empty hall. It wasn't because people were ready. Oh, yes. Because there was no way you'd be, in my mind, that level where you went to in a hall filled with like over 100 people, because there were so many of them. You might not have, because you feel like you're performing to an audience. And that scene for me felt like a very private moment with you crying out to God. So it was you and God.
Oh my goodness, this is...
And so that's how I felt, actually. It wasn't that you didn't want...
Jade, you're so mean!
You're
so great!
I didn't want you to perform it. I wanted you to connect, and it was like a cry. And to be honest, like she said, at first she was in her head, but immediately she got it. As I said, I didn't even. She just kept on going, and all of us were just like enraptured. Like we wouldn't do anything.
Even my brother, when he sat in the hall, he said, "Ooh," like, he was like, "What happened?"
So powerful.
I said, "I think it's God."
Most definitely was, because it was brilliant.
Thank you, Jade.
No, thank you. Thank you,
both of you. Thank you all. And I just were like, you played Gift, and she ain't nothing like you.
You think?
No, because I've been following you for a while. Like, I'm a fan. So it's like you had to tap into a completely different side of you to portray her, from the fight scenes to the sexiness to the badass to being so gritty to the being the streets to the different. I don't even, those beads in your face. How many times did they slap you? Like, what was it like playing Gift? Like, what challenges did you face, if any, or what? Just basically, what was it like? How did you do it?
It was very, very exciting for me to play a character like this, especially because in my career I haven't played a character like this, and I have been waiting for someone to give me the chance, and then that the final product be what I hope it would be.
Because she's done action before.
Because I've done action before,
hard,
yeah. But I've just been waiting for that one. And you know, there's something, you know, most people would read a character like that and not cast me for it because they're so stuck on who they think I am or what they think I can do. And Jade is someone that just has a way of like, I think you're going to play this. Or she can look at a musician and be like, oh, you would fit in this role. And then just helping you believe in yourself and in your abilities, and then just letting you do what you want to do as a performer, and just guiding you, not forcing you down any particular like path. Trusting the performer. And it was a very peculiar place for me to be in because she was just like, no, and I was like, yeah, but she's like, no, we talked about it, we've discussed the character before, go for it. And I thought it was really, really, really special. I love physical roles. I've always been physical. I did physical theatre for years, and so this was an itch that I've been wanting to scratch for the longest time, and then to have it like come out and look like that is I'm so ridiculously grateful for the opportunity to play such a strong character, a character that's very assertive, a character that's very comfortable in her own skin, a character that's not afraid to be the multiple things that a woman can be, a character that's riding for her own, a character that's strong enough to fight with the men and emotional enough to cry for the people that she loves and ride for the people that she loves. And while there are some differences between myself and Gift, there are also a lot of similarities as well. So yeah, just really grateful.
I think it was a beautiful depiction, a beautiful way in which you acted out the roles. And Jade, it's like, I noticed that there were so many themes that you touched on throughout the movie, from poverty to politics, from community to corruption, from dreams to death. Like, there were so many nuances that were just consistent. They will show up in different ways, but they were consistently thread throughout the entire movie. Why was that important that you did it that way?
So I think we're trying to combine like a genre that is known globally with our own like authentic sort of ideals and the things that matter to us as Yoruba people, as Nigerians. So the idea of destiny, for instance, is very big in Yoruba land, and fate and what your life could be or could not become. Spirituality is also big, right? So when somebody tells you as a Yoruba person that this is what you're going to become, you know, they will say, warrior on see, like, you know, they've seen something in your life, and so how are you going to change that destiny and that path? And so for me, that was very important. This young boy whose destiny has kind of been preset, but his mom is trying to fight against it. Another person enters into his life, Nino, who's also trying to take him in another direction. But life does what it does, right? And so life for me then represents, like you said, corruption, poverty, all of these other things that are impacting his life, which are very, very true to Nigeria. And if you're telling that kind of story and those elements aren't in there, so what are you doing? Like, it doesn't really make sense. Yeah.
It doesn't, and I think it's really, really brilliant. And as women that are in front of the lens as well as behind the lens, what do you feel, or how do you feel about the trajectory in which African film is going at the moment? What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's. I do. What was the fantastic answer?
I've heard you say before.
Which one? I will say it once again. Representation matters. Seeing women in strong positions really matters. And I think for the longest time, it's like in life, things have been shifting. And I think like the arts is starting to catch up. It's taking us such a long time. But I'm glad that we're here. And film and movies and TV series and all of this, they have the ability to shape minds, especially the minds of young people. So having young girls see women in powerful positions, having young girls see people like Jade directing an action flick that's now globally accepted, you know, seeing young girls seeing actors like Auntie Chioma, you know, I think it's really, really, really important. And I think that we're entering a very, very special time, because if you look at some of the most respected filmmakers that are coming out now, they're all female. A lot of them, the next generation of the greatest filmmakers at the moment are female. And I love that there's now a spotlight on women. It's been a long time coming, my goodness. But I'm glad that we're finally here. And I think that it can only get better. And then with people like Jade and other filmmakers that get this opportunity, they're also training other young women. Jade's team is filled with women. I love to see that.
Yeah.
You know, so you're passing the baton on, hoping that they also pass the baton on to the next generation of women, and that we build like a generation of women that are striving, and women that are strong, and women that are vocal, and women that are all the things that I think women are in general. I think it's really special.
I think it is special, and thank you so much. And before I let you go, just one question. If you could each describe Gangs of Lagos in one word, what would it be?
Riveting. No! How dare you? No! She stole my word. No!
And on this note, I take my...
Riveting. Jade, how dare you?
That's fine.
Your word, your one word. Riveting is off the books. No! It's off the books.
I'm thinking. Who's giving me expo there? Okay. It's mind-blowing.
That's beautiful.
Mind-blowing.
Thank you so much once again. It's been a blessing. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having us.